Okay, hi, my name's Marcus. Welcome to the second episode of YourCharismaCoach.com. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm in London's Covent Garden, as you can see. Beautiful, stereotypical English background. If you're ever in a Hollywood movie, it would probably be set here. So what I'm going to teach you today is how to start a conversation with a randomer, with a stranger, and have it go really well. Because I think a lot of people stop talking, or they stop themselves from talking and having beautiful conversations and improving their skills in talking with people because they think they're going to mess up. Well, I'm going to show you how to not mess up. First of all, we're going to cover where your head's at. First thing that I like to do is realise that before I start talking, my mind is in a good place. I want a positive outcome to happen from the conversation I'm going to have. But when we start talking, we might come out with not necessarily negative emotion, but something that's just indifferent. Maybe saying, oh, hey, you know, where are the toilets? There's no emotion attached to that conversation. It's just very generic. And because there's no emotion in it, it doesn't fire up emotion in other people. If you want somebody to feel an emotion, you've got to feel it first yourself. So first things first is have a positive outcome. Have a, like, you know it's going to go really well. Many people don't do this. They don't have this is going to go really well idea in them. Next thing, when I start talking, I smile. Oh, good grief. It's so important that you smile. People don't know who you are. And the one thing they do want to know is you're not a threat, that you're not going to cause them any harm, you're not going to run away with their purse, or you know, you're not going to, I don't know, create some sort of negative situation for them. So the way we ease their mind very quickly within the first 5 seconds is we have a big grin on our face, a big toothy smile, and it puts their mind at ease. I'm not talking about just a hey and then start talking. I'm talking about smiling as you talk. Now you notice as I'm chatting to you now, I've always got a smile on my face for the most part. But that is something I've developed, that's something I've built up over time. The next thing is, don't talk too quickly. Now, I'm probably talking way too quickly. I'm being filmed, and this is really new to me. So hopefully, as time progresses in the future episodes, I'll get slower and slower and slower until I'll just be there saying, hey, you're Charisma Coach. But the main thing is, talk slowly. Now, when I go and chat to somebody, in my head I've got 2 little filing boxes. I think a lot of people have 2 little filing cabinets. On one of the cabinets, I think this went really well. So any experience I have, I put the feedback in, this went really well. In the other filing cabinet, I have, this was really funny. So whatever interaction I have, however it goes, it either went really, really well or it went really, really funny. There isn't a filing cabinet that has, that sucked, or that went really bad. That doesn't happen in my mind. It used to though. I used to think, okay, that conversation went well, that conversation didn't go so well, And what happens when you have that mentality is you get good feedback and your confidence grows, but you also get bad feedback. And what I found is the best people don't have bad feedback because they reframe everything as it went really well. So in my mind, it's either gone really, really well or it's going to be really, really funny. It's going to be a story I'm going to share with my friends down the pub, maybe a bit later on with a pint in my hand. So that's where my mind's at. It's very positive, and I know whatever feedback I'm going to get is going to be good. Now we're going to actually look at what you say. The most important thing is, you come in, you're smiling, is that you get the person's attention before you begin talking. You have to get their attention. Or too many people I've taught will come in and they'll start chatting and the person's walk by. Or have you ever been in a waiting room where you see something funny, maybe it's a doctor, a dentist, and you say, hey, I just noticed that bird eating seed outside looked very amusing. And the other person didn't hear you. And you're left in that really awkward situation of like, oh, do I repeat myself? Or maybe I should say it again, or I'll just sit in silence. And it's awkward. So the trick is to get the person's attention before you begin talking. Once you've got the person's attention, and once I get the person's attention by saying something like, excuse me, or hey, if there's a group of people, I'll say something like, hey, guys. It's just quite a generic word, guys. It's a bit more American. In England, we might say, hey, everybody. I'm sure if you're in America, you say that as well. But the main thing is I get their attention. The next thing I do is I wait and I pause until I've got their attention. When they look up at me and they say, yep, then I pace their reality. Now what do I mean by pace their reality? Well, what pacing their reality does is you're basically empathizing with them. You're saying to them, I see what you see. So if you go and chat to somebody and it seems really, really random to do that, say, hi, excuse me, I know this is really random. What that does is it shows like a kind of social intelligence that you realise that what you're doing is random and they see it too, and it puts their mind at ease. If somebody is in a rush somewhere, I might say to them, hey, excuse me, I know you're in a rush somewhere. What that does is they're more likely to stop and talk to me because they see that I'm not going to stop them for too long. And after I've done that, the trick is then to get through that first, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds. Now this is the hardest part, that 20, 30 seconds, because if you're talking to a stranger, you've really just got to push enthusiasm onto them. I'll say that again because this is done in one take. There's a bloody great big dust cart just gone by. But you push enthusiasm onto them and that usually muscles through. You don't want to be too worried about their reaction. You just want to keep chatting. Hopefully it'll go well. If it doesn't matter. It just goes in the that was really funny box. So that's what we're going to do. So just to rephrase, I'm going to put my empty cup of coffee down. I've been holding on to that. Actually, look, I'm a good citizen. I'll put it in the bin. What we're going to do is we're going to start a conversation with a random person now. And hopefully it'll go really well. If it does, it does. But I'm going to do those things. I'm going to get their attention. I'm going to pre-frame them. I'm going to pace their reality. Okay, so let's just give it a try. Hi, excuse me. Hi, just wondered really quickly. We're just out here, and you're obviously walking past. Probably wondering what we're doing. Going, oh no. I just stopped you because you were just walking by, and you had like a kind of look on your face that it might be. I don't know. I was just curious what you're thinking.
Oh, well, I was just wondering where my roommate is. So
oh, okay. Where was she when you last had her?
She just texted me.
And oh, so she's just going to appear in some sort of flurry from the tube.
Over here somewhere. Shortly.
Oh, okay. Well, that is kind of a bit of a Where's Wally moment, or Where's Waldo, where she might be behind something, or maybe not.
Yeah.
Oh, so. Sorry, I won't hold you up any longer.
That's okay.
Okay.
It's a school project.
Yeah, what I'm trying to do is just meet random people and get talking to them, because I think in London we don't really talk enough to people out the blue.
It's true, yeah.
Do you think that, or?
Well, I'm Canadian and I do find British people aren't as friendly.
Really? Yeah. British people aren't as friendly? Oh, God, okay. Do you think they're a bit snooty?
Not really snooty, it's just not friendly. Okay. In general. Yeah.
So, if I was in Canada, would people be more likely to just chat to me on the street and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What do you think we could do to change that? I'm going to get some international advice here.
I have no idea. I was just assuming it's cultural, but...
I think so. Well, I think, it's St. Patrick's Day today, so hopefully maybe later when I'm having some Guinnesses, we'll have to discuss this idea. Any second now she's going to turn up. Hopefully it'll be like one of the movies, this will disappear,
she'll show up
and she'll just be there like waving, going, hey!
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
What was your name?
Brittany.
Brittany, pleased to meet you. I'm Marcus.
Nice to meet you.
All the best. Take care. Right, let's go do another. Excuse me.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry to bother you. I feel like I just jumped out like some Jack in the Box there. Like, I was just going to say, you have a lovely pink bag, and I just thought it was a random thing to say to somebody today.
Oh, that's so nice of you.
I know, it's completely bizarre. Next time I do that, I'll try not to just jump out like some bogey man, though.
Okay,
have a nice day. Yeah, cheers. What was your name?
Raquel.
Raquel. Have a nice day, Raquel. Take care. Okay, so hopefully you get the idea. So you go in, get somebody's attention, and then you start talking. And as long as you're smiling, it probably won't go bad. You might get a few funny reactions. Oh well. And guys, what I'd love you to do for some homework now is to go out and just say hi. I know this is random, and just share an observation with them. Even if it's somebody walking along looking like they're in a daze, I might say, hey, do you know what? I'm just so curious what you're thinking. As long as it's positive, you can't go wrong. Have a great time. Let me know how you do. You can get hold of me at marcus@yourcharismacoach.com.